At this time, will everyone please rise and welcome our 2013 winter graduates.
Good morning, representatives of the Council of Trustees, honored guests, class of 2013, parents, relatives, and friends. Welcome to Westchester University of Pennsylvania's 140th commencement ceremony. I am now pleased to introduce Georgia LaRue, class of 2013, graduating from the College of Visual and Performing Arts, who will lead us in singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Please stand and join in the singing of the national anthem.
Please be seated. Welcome, honored guests, families, faculty and staff, alumni, friends, and of course members of Westchester University's class of 2013. Graduates, I don't know how many commencement ceremonies you may have attended throughout the years, probably your high school graduation, perhaps the college graduation of a relative or a friend. But even if you've never before been to a commencement, I'll bet that you could probably give my remarks today. You already know how they're supposed to go. You are the future. Make the most of the wonderful opportunities that lie ahead. You have received a great education here at Westchester University. And from this moment on, success can be yours. Now, if you'd like, I could elaborate on each of these themes, enhancing them with motivational moments from my own experiences, and even adding some cautionary tales. But what I would rather do is to take these sage comments and tell you the rest of the story. Let's take these points one by one. First, consider the notion that the future is what matters most. Yes, the future is enormously important, but also important is what happens this very moment. Right now, tomorrow, next week are as valuable as some fabled time in the future when everything you could possibly desire will perhaps fall into place for you. The best of living has to wait for that morning when you wake up and say, here it is, finally, the life that I've always wanted. You may instead wake up one day when you're very old and say, there it went, the life I had, the good life I had, and I didn't recognize it. And so, welcome all of life, from youth to old age, with appreciation and gratitude. Now I'm supposed to tell you to make the most of all of the wonderful opportunities that lie ahead. But I'm simply not crazy about that whole concept. I just don't believe that life is for grabbing everything that you can on the way through. Instead of urging you to maximize opportunities, I would rather tell you to cultivate a sense of purpose to guide you. I would rather ask you to think about what you bring to this world that no one else can bring. Not necessarily something that will make you famous or important, but something that you alone can offer. Rather than telling you to seize opportunities, I would ask you to discover your unique gifts and talents. To the end, and in the end, cultivating these are more important and more meaningful than simply cultivating your bank account and resume. Required point 3 is one that I can enthusiastically support. You have received a great education here at Westchester University. In fact, the knowledge and skills that you've received here in this academic academy can take you anywhere in life. But the truth is that whether you go on to additional formal education or not, your education has only begun. Gandhi told us to live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. And so every single day of your life, find a way to learn something new that's interesting and valuable to you. Finally, I do indeed wish you a world of success, but I'd also like you to think about what success should mean. Is success only measured in money, power, and prestige? Tennis great Arthur Ashe said, "From what we get, we make a living. What we give, however, makes a life." I would advise you to aim to be useful rather than successful, although those two are not mutually exclusive. Is it not, after all, by making a difference, great or small, that we find the satisfaction and meaning we've been seeking all along? And so, members of the Westchester University class of 2013, I leave each of you with best wishes for a bright future, for a future filled with appreciation for every moment, an abiding sense of purpose, an unquenchable desire to learn, and an unmatchable satisfaction for improving the life of others. Before I close, on behalf of the university, I would like to thank the many people who are contributing to the success of our commencement program. My appreciation to public safety, to our students and our alumni volunteers, and to all of the faculty, staff, and students who have taken part in planning and organizing today's ceremony. Now, once again, best wishes, everyone, for today, tomorrow, and for all of the years ahead. I would now like to introduce a member of the Council of Trustees who is with us today, Mr. Adam Matlowski, Vice Chair of the Council of Trustees, Westchester University, and class of 1980. Thank you, Adam. I would also ask all of the members of the platform party to stand and be recognized for their service and good works. At this point, I'd like to recognize a group that has a great deal to do with you being here today, the faculty of Westchester University. I know all of you have faculty you probably enjoyed more than others, and I'm sure you can easily pick out your favorites. However, as you take the next step in life and face new challenges, you'll find that those faculty who pushed you to the limit, made you grow and think, are oftentimes the faculty who you will remember the most. Will all of the faculty of the university who are present today please stand and be recognized for all that you contribute to our students in the university. We are especially delighted to recognize the faculty members who have retired from active teaching at Westchester University. We are honored that you've chosen to join us today, and we want you to know that you're remembered fondly. Your achievements have left their mark on our university and have created a standard for those who have followed you. Will all of the retired faculty of Westchester University here today please stand and be recognized? I know that you're out there someplace. I would also like to recognize another group who have played a very important role in making today possible, the staff and administrators at the university. Will all staff and administrators of WCU here today please stand and allow us to recognize you? Now I'm very pleased to introduce Mr. Adam Matlowski, who will bring greetings on behalf of the Council of Trustees. Adam?
Good morning. On behalf of the Westchester University Council of Trustees, I bring the warmest congratulations to you, members of the class of 2013. Congratulations. I hope that in the weeks following commencement, you will take time to reflect on your Westchester University experience. Think back over what you've learned and remember the faculty, staff, and friends who have added so much to your life. Recall, too, the wonderful strength of purpose you have shown in reaching your goal and the encouragement and support of your family. In reliving the memories and gifts of your Westchester University semesters, you'll be impressed more than ever by your life-changing process and growth. Think back to when you entered WCU as a freshman. Compare yourself then to yourself now. Today you are focused, goal-oriented, and full of determination. When you started, you were determined to succeed, and now you have. We are most proud to be a part of your achievement. With your hard work and talent, and the excellence of the WCU faculty, staff, and programs, you have created an exceptionally strong foundation for your future. Indeed, you are ready to hit the ground running. With solid commitment to your visions and values, you have made the most of the great opportunities to be found here at WCU. As Westchester University graduates, you have also earned the knowledge and know-how to make a difference for others, near and far. I look forward to following your activities in the years ahead and to welcome you back to campus often. Remember, you are about to join the ranks of over 75,000 successful alumni who proudly boast that they had their start here at Westchester University. So on behalf of the Council of Trustees, I wish each and every graduate a future of deep satisfaction and continued success. Once again, congratulations, class of 2013.
I'm honored to present the Distinguished Sponsored Research Award to an outstanding WCU faculty member, Dr. Kevin Apowitz, Department of Physics. Mr. Apowitz, please come forward to receive this honor. The award reads, Westchester University of Pennsylvania Distinguished Sponsored Research Award presented to Dr. Kevin Apowitz. This award recognizes your significant contributions to the advancement of faculty professional development through the acquisition of externally funded research grants. Congratulations. The Council of Trustees Achievement Award is given today to Dr. Charles Hardy, Professor of History. Dr. Hardy, please come forward to receive this honor.
As a pioneer in the digital humanities and as an oral historian, you have creatively brought together experimental media forms with humanities, scholarship, and education. Your key leadership and visionary role as a longtime research associate for Matrix, a digital humanities and social sciences center at Michigan State University, has helped bring together the scholar's quest to understand human nature and behavior with network technologies, as well as develop one of the most significant history-based websites in the country today. As an early adopter of technology, you have recognized the importance of keeping the recorded voice, which focuses on human stories as an integral part of history, rather than simply reducing this scholarship to transcripts. In particular, your innovative work on explorepahistory.com, including development of a content management system, has provided an essential resource on the subject and brought history to diverse audiences. Its intellectual integrity and disciplined approach to uncovering archived sources has impacted the way scholars contemplate and present history. Your rigorous approach to this material ensures its credibility, a hallmark of your work. In addition, your Great Migration Project chronicles the journey that many African Americans made as they relocated from the South to Philadelphia, which captures personal journeys that otherwise would have been lost. This arduous task requires patience, innovative interviewing strategies, protocols to ensure reliable information, and confidence building among participants who can trust that their stories are being responsibly recorded and represented. Your highly regarded and much referenced text, Handbook of Oral History, and the Oral History Reader have defined the field. For your significant contributions as an oral historian, researcher, author, and scholar, Westchester University proudly presents you with the 2013 Council of Trustees Achievement Award.
Millie Cassidy, today's recipient of the President's Medallion for Service, is unable to join us today because of the snowstorm up in New York. We will honor her with the medallion at a later time. So we're going to move the program directly to our commencement speaker. And this morning, the commencement speaker is Mr. Bill Jolly, three-time Emmy Award-winning composer, arranger, musical director, and keyboardist. He's been featured twice in Keyboard Magazine and has composed music for HBO, MTV, NBC, ABC, CBS, Showtime, Columbia TriStar Pictures, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and numerous media outlets. Bill has appeared in commercials and endorsements and has performed before 4 United States presidents. A 1982 alumnus, Mr. Jolly has received Westchester University's Distinguished Alumni Award and Drum Major for Justice Award, and was inducted into the Philadelphia Music Alliance Walk of Fame. Currently, Mr. Jolly is in the Broadway musical Lady Day at the Little Shubert Theater in New York City, which tells the story of the Billie Holiday story. After he speaks this morning, he will need to depart for New York for a performance later today. It's with great enthusiasm that I introduce Bill Jolly as commencement speaker for Westchester University's winter commencement. Bill?
Thank you very much for that wonderful introduction. You read it exactly as I wrote it. First, I'd like to give honor to God, President Weisenstein, the faculty, staff, parents, friends, and the class of 2013. It is an honor to be with you all today. I really mean that. You know, I had 2 shows in New York last night. I took the late train to get here. It was delayed. We had snow, rain, ice, slush. I've had 2.5 hours of sleep to get here. But you know what? I wouldn't miss this for the world. I really wanted to be here for you, and I just want to tell you, thank you. I am so, so happy for every one of you. And I'm sure that all of your family and friends in attendance here today can agree with me when I say how proud we all of you are of you for reaching this amazing milestone in your life. Let's give the graduating class of 2013 a big hand. Come on. Now, unfortunately, I have a 12:15 train that I got to catch today, okay? So I have to get back to New York because I have 2 shows to do in New York today. And I really feel bad about that because I wanted to hang out with all of you afterwards. But since I can't hang out with you, I want you to hang out with me. So here's what I'm going to do. Can I take a picture of you real quick? Hold on. Everybody smile. Okay, now over here, everybody smile. Here we go. All right, now all the parents in the back, you smile. There we go. All right, now we're going to be together. Here we go. So, class of 2013, are you ready to graduate? No, I'm going to say that again. Are you ready to graduate? Good. Yeah, I know what you're ready to do, but I hope you've all picked out your designated drivers for the night. Before things get a little too celebratory, all right? You know, I graduated, as was mentioned earlier, I graduated in 1982. 1982, that's 31 years ago, but there's got to be a problem with that because I'm only 25. Actually, 1982 sounds like it's not too far from 1492. But really, honestly, I am 53 years old, and I feel great, and this has been one of the most amazing years of my life. So, time moves fast when you're having fun. I can remember sitting in the same seats that you're sitting in, right now. And I remember thinking to myself, man, I hope this commencement speaker is not long and boring. So, what I'm here to tell you is you're in good luck today. So, because, I believe that a good graduation speech is like a good mini dress. It needs to be inspiring, short enough to keep your attention, and long enough to cover the subject matter. So I'm going to be brief. I think you all guessed by now that I'm not the garden variety commencement speaker, right? Okay. Today I've decided to deliver the graduation speech that I wish I was given back in 1982. Now, I want to give you all the truth today. And I want you all to be real nice to me because remember, you can't graduate until I finish the speech. So, and there's going to be a small final that I'll pass out to you all, so make sure you're paying attention because you won't be able to get your degree until you pass this final. But I want to talk about 3 things that you probably want to know about. Number 1, what are some of the things that helped me to get where I am right now? Number 2, will your years here at Westchester really help you in real life? Number 3, what the heck are you going to do now? And number 4, you probably want to know what's on tap at the party tonight, but we're not going to go there. What we're going to do now is I'd like to tell you a little bit about me first, that you won't read in all the fluffy, glowing stuff that I put in my bio. First of all, when I was younger and I was growing up, I was a complete nerd. I was unpopular, disliked, kind of guy that if somebody said something horrible about your parents, you responded by saying, well, your boyfriend is Billy Jolly, ah ha ha ha. But I was fairly intelligent, so the teachers liked me, which was cool. But I was a complete nerd. And all my fellow nerds, raise your hand. Got any nerds in here that we? Okay, good. Now, I want all of you popular people to pay attention to who the nerds are, because you're probably going to be asking them for a job in about 3 years. My first musical inspiration as a child was not Bach or Beethoven or Brahms. It was James Brown. They call him the Godfather of soul. Anybody here know who that is? No. Yeah. He had a really just good music, and he talked real strange. Fellas, I'm going to get my... Anyway. So I asked my parents to buy me a James Brown album and a drum set for Christmas, because I just love playing the drums. And I then went on to set out to beat the daylights out of this drum set while I was playing along with James Brown's band. So I started a little band in junior high school, which I named Albatross, which I thought was like for a big, beautiful bird, but I later discovered that it was describing a person who was carrying a heavy, emotional burden around his neck. And actually, that was kind of a fitting description because we had a really great piano player in our band. He was really good, and he was really a better musician than all of us, and he took every opportunity that he could to tell us that he was better than we were. And so what he decided to do was quit and tell us that we were going to never make it. So, strangely, I would ask every piano player that I could find in the neighborhood to join our band, and they all kind of said the same thing, you know, your band really sucks. No, we're not going to do this. So anyway, one day I got frustrated, and I locked myself in a room and said, I'm going to teach myself how to play the piano, and that's how I started playing the piano. And so, flash forward a little bit, I went to Overbrook High School in Philadelphia. Oh, we got some Overbrook folks? All right, from the hilltop. There you go. And they had a lot of, I started my own band there, but this time I was the keyboard player in the band. And they had a lot of talent shows there at Overbrook, and I decided, hey, you know what? They need a music director because there's nobody here really to put these things together. And they needed someone who could deal with the crazy musicians and nervous, insecure, egocentric singers and all of their attitudes and issues and things like that. I'm sorry, did I say that was high school? That's actually what I do now. I also had a really great singer in the band, but he quit too, right during an audition with no notice. So I became the singer in the band. And it seemed like every other day, somebody was just quitting on me. You know, it was either my sound man, my lawyer, my guitar player, video editor, recording studio, the publicist, even my girlfriend quit me. And each time I locked myself in a room and taught myself what they did. Well, not quite with the girlfriend, but you know what I'm saying. Next thing you know, I was a pretty smart guy about a lot of stuff in the business that I initially knew nothing about. I kind of became this independent, one-stop musical guy by total default. I became the pianist for the all-city jazz band, and I was building my momentum in my own band, and most importantly, I was losing my nerdiness. Is that a word, nerdiness? I don't know. I was getting my swag, and I was feeling pretty confident. I would definitely be the man when I got to Westchester. That's what I was feeling. Westchester was pretty good at letting me know right away that I indeed was not going to be the man. You all might not believe this, but the only class I ever flunked in my entire lifetime was Piano 101 here at Westchester. And I tried out for the jazz band for 4 consecutive years and was rejected 4 consecutive years. But you know what? Every single thing that happened to me, from my nerdiness to the people who quit on me to the auditions I failed, was absolutely necessary and probably was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because I had to make a choice. I was either going to believe what others thought of me and quit, or I was going to work my tail off, really study my craft, and create some respect for the person I believed that I could be. I made that decision that I was not going to allow others to dictate who I was or who I could be. I became driven, determined, maybe even a bit obsessed to succeed and prove everybody wrong. But to do that, I needed to find a place where I could actually play and have other folks hear me to play. So on the weekends, I came home from Westchester to Philly, and I began to solicit the local nightclubs to convince them to hire my band and to pay us. Well, thankfully they did. And we built a nice little following. I was playing in one of these small clubs one day, and I got my first offer to play, to do a tour with a major artist. It was a guy named Norman Connor, so you probably won't know. Your parents may or may not know. He had a song out called You Are My Starship back in the day. But the good thing about getting a major gig with a major artist is that you get a chance to meet other people and network with other bands. So later, I was able to connect with a really well-known saxophonist named Grover Washington Jr., who was from Philadelphia. And I don't know if you remember Grover, yes. And I was Grover's music director for 10 years. And because everyone really respected Grover, by default, they kind of respected me because I was his right-hand man. So everything else kind of flowed from there. You know, doors started to open for TV and film, scoring, award shows, music director, and a bunch of other stuff. that you can read later in my bio. But everything that I'm doing now began from playing that one little gig and that one small club that I used to come home from Westchester to do. So remember, it only takes one good opportunity to launch an entire career. But now for the big question. Did my 4 years here at Westchester actually prepare me for life after Westchester? Let's do the drum roll now. The answer is yes, absolutely it did. But probably not in ways that you would think of. First of all, I want to say that even though I learned everything, I learned the beginning of the music, and how many people here, music majors, take Western Civ? Oh my God, it seems like it's never ending. You learn everything. I mean, but the things that really stuck with me here, Westchester taught me the importance of getting along and understanding people who are completely different than I was. When I first came here as a freshman, I was in Killinger Hall. Back then, it was a dump back then. I think it's pretty nice now. But I had this roommate. He was an Italian guy who was a phys ed major named Stu. He was bulked up like this. So he used to come in the room about 2 o'clock in the morning, flick the lights off, jump down to the ground and do 100 push-ups. And I used to look at him like, are you crazy, Stu? So I was the first African-American that Stu had ever seen. And back then in 1978, you know, I had a big afro back then, you know. And so every night, to keep your afro tight, you had to get it braided, you know, so you get your braided. So Stu came to me one day and he said, you know, man, I got to ask you a question. He says, did your hair just get like that at night? Like he thought it was like a limb or snakes or like a, you know, Moses parting the Red Sea or something that it could just operate on its own. But I explained to Stu, I said, you know, it's not how it goes. And the good thing about Stu and I is that we got a chance to appreciate each other for our differences, which is really, really important. And so, you know, while we were honest with each other, you know, I also took the opportunity to ask Stu, you know, Stu, how come you and some of your friends can wear shorts and a t-shirt when it's 2 feet of snow and it's like, you know, 15 degrees? Because I couldn't understand that, so. But it was good. But the bottom line is learning to get along, accept, and understand people of different races, sexual preferences, lifestyles, and habits is key to being successful in the world of diversity. Number 2, how many of you stayed up all night for a final or project that was due? Raise your hand if you stayed up all night. Great. Because you will become an absolute expert at losing sleep once you graduate. Except now it's called your work ethic. I was asked to direct a PBS special once on the Sound of Philadelphia. And they said, well, look, Bill, all you have to do is put the orchestra together. Everybody has the charts. You back the singers up. Everything's fine. I get a call from Sony Music about 2 weeks before the show is supposed to happen inside the Borgata. And they say, nobody has charts. Nobody. And you have to fix it. I'm like, what? There were 54 orchestra charts that needed to happen. And that needed to be written from scratch in 2 weeks. I got 2.5 hours of sleep a night for 2 straight weeks. I walked into rehearsal, finishing the last of the arrangements, and then into the show with actually no sleep at all. But the show went off without a hitch. So my point is, embrace your ability to function, survive, and perform under pressure with no sleep that Westchester has so nicely bestowed upon you. Everybody knows that college students are poor. Well, guess what? Most of you will now officially become poor college graduates. But hopefully only for a brief time. When I graduated, I went about 5 months, and I made about a total of $75 in 5 months. Thank God for mom and dad and their house. At some point, most of you will have to survive on some meals that will make you think that the cafeteria food here was actually a Red Lobster. Bottom line, the ability to budget and survive on little to nothing is a very important thing for you to know in real life. And just wait till you get a family. All I gotta say is, oodles and noodles, oodles and noodles, remember. Well, what about what you learned here at Westchester? Well, about maybe 70% of what I learned here, nobody's really bothered to ask me about for some reason. I keep waiting for somebody to ask me who the Russian Five were, because I had this rap I wrote. It was like, Rimsky-Korsakov, Balakiev, Rimsky-Korsakov, you know, help me remember, but nobody's asked me who they were, so. But the process of learning will never stop for you once you leave. Actually, it gets even more intense. I am always reading, learning about the newest technology, and having to apply it at a moment's notice. So that process of learning quickly and efficiently and applying it right away was learned, fine-tuned, and perfected to a science here at Westchester, usually during finals week. And well, let's talk about the actual degree itself. Well, it's been well documented that Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Snapchat, even Spiegel, Oprah, and Mark Cuban, to name a few, were all college dropouts. And Richard Branson, Simon Cowell, and even Bill Cosby were high school dropouts. Heck, even Kelly Osbourne, Charlie Sheen, and Lindsay Lohan were high school dropouts. But actually, I can kind of believe that one. But you know what I'm saying. We all know that it's the fact that your chances of getting a job are far more likely with a college degree than without one. So what's the real deal on the degree? Well, as far as my degree goes, well, I keep a copy of it with me all the time since graduation. I've been waiting, but nobody's ever really asked me to show it to them. You know, in some respects, some of your diplomas will actually function like your fire extinguisher, meaning nobody may ever ask you to see it, but when you need it, boy, you're really glad you have it. I'm going to apologize to the faculty for that. That was just a little warped student humor. Forgive me. Didn't mean it. Because of your degree, some of you will actually go right into a job because that's what your employer wants. He wants a person who knows X, who has X degree. But according to the U.S. Census Bureau, approximately 3 or 4 of you will actually not end up in the job in the field that you studied here. Think about that for a minute, and I'll give you a minute to look 3 down to figure out which one of you is going to be. Okay? After college, I was a dishwasher, a day camp counselor, and a Keebler cookie salesman. That's Keebler, not Nabisco. We had a thing against Nabisco. We didn't like them. Before I decided to ditch it all and start my own business. So what does that really say? Okay, it says that success is not just about being book smart. It's about being street smart, and sometimes it's just about having plain, good old common sense. Sometimes it's just about being at the right place at the right time with an idea or groundbreaking creation that's innovative and fills a current need and void. But all that leads me to my final bits of advice for you. What does it really take to make it in life and be successful in this world after Westchester? Well, the first thing is you have to determine is what is success, really? What is it? Well, contrary to beliefs, success is not how many dollars you have in the bank or how many cars you drive. I know a bunch of millionaires and a couple of billionaires who are absolutely miserable. Believe me when I tell you that. The first rule of success is knowing exactly who you are and who you aren't and being comfortable in your own skin. You know, I describe myself as a God-fearing heterosexual man who doesn't smoke, drink, get high, or do drugs. That means I'm the one guy at the party that won't toast with a glass of alcohol, the one guy on the tour bus that won't take a puff, and 9 times out of 10, I'm one of the only straight guys in the theater production. And I'm totally cool with that. Most people who know me respect me just for being courageous enough to be unapologetically me. Whatever you are, whatever you do, it's cool. Just be that and be comfortable in that and don't compromise who you are for anybody. You'll definitely be tested in your principles in life, and what you choose to engage in will ultimately determine what others will view to be your true character. Just be you and stay true to that. Number 2, in business there are only 2 types of people, bosses and employees. Figure out which one you are and which one you aren't. Me personally, I have a hard time following people who are not smarter than I am, so I knew that I was going to have to start my own business and be my own boss and my own manager. But remember this, they hire the bosses to fix the problems, and they will fire the CEO of an organization long before they fire the janitorial and cleaning services, so choose wisely, okay? I know this sounds obvious, but really, stay far away from negative people, things, and situations. They will absolutely ruin your day, dreams, and besides, they make your neck hurt. Be nice to people. Karma is real. I wish I had $1 just for every one person who did something horrible to me or stole my potato chips when I was in the 3rd grade, who eventually had to have their kid or themselves audition for me. And I don't forget. He stole my chips. No, it's not going to happen. Likewise, I can't begin to tell you of all the blessings I've had from just being nice to everyday people. Find out what your real passion in life is, and then find a way to make a career and a living out of doing that. What is your passion? Well, it may not be what you're about to get your degree in today. Okay? And that's okay. I have a teaching degree, and I realized that I didn't want to teach. Your passion is the one thing that you do the best, the thing that makes you different, excited, happy, the thing that makes you feel like you are an originator. and the thing you do for free just to have fun. Find a way to create a business around that passion and get paid for doing what you love to do, and you will never be bored in life, and you'll never hate your job. Be your own PR person. Having talent means nothing if nobody knows how to find you and who you are. Step up your marketing game. Get your business cards. Create your website on top of Facebook, on top of LinkedIn, on top of Twitter. And you have to get out and meet people, network, and sometimes even showcase your talents for free. In short, owning a McDonald's means absolutely nothing without the golden arches sign. Market yourself. Folks, please, take care of your health. Okay, we all know everybody here got away with a little something crazy while you were here at Westchester, a little something, okay? But now that you got that out of your system, get it together, watch what you eat, get your rest, and really take care of yourself, mentally, physically, and spiritually, because it's much harder to chase a dream from a hospital bed or a rehab center. Be on time, seriously. Lateness in the real world is viewed as disrespect to your boss and your fellow employees, and it will get you a bad reputation and fired quickly. Come on now, set the alarm, get there early. Next, expect that you will fail at something, but keep pushing forward. Donald Trump filed bankruptcy 4 times. Walt Disney filed bankruptcy 7 times, but that was before Mickey Mouse. Michael Jordan was cut from this high school basketball team. Oprah was demoted because they said she wasn't fit for television. I've shared many of my feelings with you today, but we all grieved and we all regrouped, got motivated, and tried it again. Failure is just an opportunity to learn what not to do again, and it tests your determination to become a winner in life. However, try not to fail too much, if you can help it. Every year, I want you all to promise to do something that I call naked assessment. Now, what is naked assessment? Well, guys, it's not a rating system for actors in a certain type of film that some of you guys like to watch when you're feeling lonely. And ladies, it's not a comparison of yourself to that girl that you know has had some cosmetic adjustments. Actually, a naked assessment is an honest assessment of yourself, raw and real, just like you stepped out of the shower. An honest appraisal of where you are, where you're going, and what you're planning on doing in life. Every year I take a vacation in January and I do my own assessment. I'm totally honest about what I like about myself, what I don't like about myself. I write down what I thought I did well, what I thought I didn't do so well. I make new goals for the year, and I make a list of people that I need to eliminate from my life. And yes, you will need to eliminate some people in your life to become successful. Then I cross off all of the things I accomplished from the previous year's list. It keeps me focused and assures that I am planning on getting better every year. Most importantly, I firmly believe that you have to place your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations into the universe, firmly believing that what you want will happen, speaking it into existence, and then work tirelessly towards achieving what you desire. Some call it the law of attraction. Honestly, I really don't know what to call it. I just know that there's real power in doing it, and it has really worked for me over the years. When I was in the 9th grade, I had to write an essay on what I thought I would be doing when I was older. In the essay, I said I would be a musician wearing a tuxedo, playing for the President of the United States, making $50,000 a year. That's what I said in 9th grade. Do you know I have a picture of myself in a tuxedo, playing for the president, making $50,000 that particular year? I said in an interview over 20 years ago that I would be an award-winning composer, writing and arranging music for motion pictures and television. Today I have 3 Emmy Awards for music for film and television, and I just finished contributing to my 2nd major film with Academy Award-winning director Lee Daniels, which was this year's The Butler, starring Forrest Whitaker and Oprah. Thank you. I said that one day I'd be playing acoustic piano behind a great singer on a Broadway stage, and I'm leaving here in a few minutes to accompany the greatest jazz singer on the planet right now, Miss Dee Dee Bridgewater and Lady Day to Billie Holiday on 42nd Street in New York. I wrote 4 years ago that I wanted to be able to travel the world at a moment's notice without having to worry about money. Oh, now let's see what happens with that one. Well, shortly after that, Hyatt Hotels came out with a promotional contest called The Big Welcome, where they were giving away 365 nights at any Hyatt around the world, 1 million airline miles, and a check for $50,000 to the one person in the world who would come up with the most creative idea about what they'd do if they won the prize. But they said you couldn't use any music. So I was like, okay. But I said, you know what? I'm going to call them up and ask them. I said, can I use music if it's my own music? And they said, yeah, you can. Ah. So what I decided to do was I went and I downloaded some pictures of a bunch of Hyatt properties. I went to Toys R Us and I bought 4 musician puppets, like, orange drummer, green guitar player, whatever. And I bought some toy planes. And then what I did was I put together a music video, and I put on a black shirt and black gloves, and I had these puppets travel on these planes to go to all these Hyatts while singing this song, which was like a mixture of the Black Eyed Peas and the Beatles. So, long story short, I won this contest. Out of thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people, I won this contest. Was it luck? Maybe, but I asked for it, I did the work, and it happened. Since then, I've zip-lined over canyons in the Caribbean, I've surfed in Maui, I've gazed at the view from the top of the world's tallest building in Dubai, I've mounted a camel and crossed over the Sahara to see the Great Pyramids in Egypt, I've ascended to the top of the Great Wall of China, swam with sharks without a cage in Sydney, Australia, been to the top of the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and stood at Nelson Mandela's cell in South Africa. Yes, you all can almost call me the Bronze Forrest Gump. Except I did not get shot in the buttocks. Most importantly, 31 years ago, after failing that last jazz band audition for the 4th straight time, I promised myself that I'd make enough out of my life and career that one day Westchester would ask me to come back here to deliver this commencement graduation speech that I'm delivering to you right now. I have to make this last point. Your family is everything. Quincy Jones, one of the greatest producers in the world, the guy who produced Michael Jackson's Thriller, Bad, and won 1 million awards in life, will tell you that his only regret was that he wasn't the best father. He was just too busy chasing his music career and his dreams to be there for his kids. Remember, you have to take time out for the people in your life who mean something to you. I decided to come off the road and leave my dreams of the bright lights in New York and film scores in Los Angeles to stay in Philly to be the father that I know my young daughter needed at the time. I wanted my daughter to know who her dad was and not just read about me on the internet. She's now in her 1st year of college, and amazingly, everything that I would have left her for to move to New York City or Los Angeles has now been given to me, but only because of the connections and the reputation that I built because I stayed in Philly. And that's just God working it out. For doing the right thing and sticking by your family. And that's what real success is. Many of your parents and loved ones who are here today are the real successes. Not because they're famous or won some big prize, but because they made a conscious decision to be there for you. They sacrificed for you. So you could have birthdays and Christmases. They borrowed, sold stuff, worked 2 or 3 jobs, and kept the house together, your siblings together, and you out of trouble. Some even mortgaged their own dreams so that you could have a chance to graduate from college to follow yours. I'd like to take a second to talk about a person I'd like to take a second to talk about a person who did all of that for me. He's my role model, my inspiration, my mentor, and my best friend. I couldn't have made it without him, his wisdom, and his support. He couldn't be here today, but he's listening and watching us right now from his hospital bed in Lincoln Hospital. Please give a hand, if you will, for my dad, Elton Jolly. Thank you. My mother, Rowena, ironically passed 9 years ago to the day. Let me start that again. My mother, Rowena, ironically passed 9 years ago to the day, today. I was there with her in the hospital when she took her last breath, and she was the best mother I could have ever dreamed of having. She's here with me in spirit, like right now. She said one thing to me a long time ago that always stuck with me, and I'd like to share it with you. One day I came to her because I was really upset about something that didn't go so well in my life. She asked me if I did the best that I could do. I said, yes, Mom, I did. She then said, well, why are you worried? You can't do any better than the best you can do. That simple statement made so much sense to me then, and it makes so much sense to me now. Why don't we all just give the best that we can at everything we choose to do all the time? Doesn't it make sense? I mean, if we just choose to do that, we all can live a life filled with no regrets. In closing, I just want to say that success and blessings come to you in life when you are thankful and when you give back and when you are humble for what you have been given. I am not here to preach to you today, but I can tell you right now that I would have never made it to where I am right now without God's presence in my life. He's been so good to me, and I am beyond grateful for his many blessings for me and my family. So I ask you, class of 2013, do you have something to be grateful for? Anything? Is there someone here who encouraged you when you were ready to give up and quit? Is there a teacher who took that extra time and interest in you along the way when you just couldn't seem to figure it out? Is there someone here who may not be here physically, but whose spirit was the inspiration for you to make it to this point? Is there somebody in your life, it could be somebody who's here right now, who sacrificed their money, their time, and without waver believed in you, your future, and your success so much that without them, you wouldn't be sitting where you are right now? If there is, I want you to stand up right now and show them how much you appreciate them. Come on. I'm asking you right now, class of 2013, what are you going to do in your life that's going to be big enough, bold enough, life-altering enough, and inspirational enough to make you become the next Westchester University commencement speaker just like me? What are you going to do to continue to make your parents proud of you just like mine are right now? I want you to start preparing for success today. Create your own businesses, lead by example, or just simply do the right thing when it's called for. Don't just talk the talk, walk the walk. Take care of your families and the people who matter, and infuse the world with great art, culture, wisdom, and commerce that not only will outlive your life, but will inspire the lives of children to come on this earth. Remember to take a minute to mentor those who dream of walking along your shadows and idolize your achievements. My hope today is that I could inspire just one person, maybe somebody who came from hard times, or somebody who may have been told that they're not good enough, smart enough, popular enough, or that one person that just needs a little encouragement and reassurance that it's going to be all right. I am you, and you are me. I continue to rise, even though the most difficult times I've been through, because I've decided that I am not just going to sit around and complain when I can gain so much more by staying calm and keeping a positive outlook on life. If it helps you, use me as an example of what can happen if you dare to dream. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow, don't show up at my funeral saying, oh, poor Bill. Come and tell somebody. That's how you do it. That's how you get it in. Tell them that I lived every day that God granted me on this earth trying to be the best man that I could be and trying to help somebody. Class of 2013, I want you to go after every single thing you want in life, no matter how big or small, and face the fears and disappointments that will surely come your way with the grace, courage, strength, and dignity of the true kings, queens, and warriors that are innately a part of your lineage and ancestral DNA. In closing, let me just say that my mother's passing on this day 9 years ago taught me one really important lesson, and that is life is very, very short. Tell the people that you love them and appreciate them now. And don't waste a lot of time with things, people, and circumstances that aren't healthy for you or going anywhere. Never give up on your dreams and never give up on your principles. Class of 2013, I want you to stay focused and I want you to stay encouraged. God will work all the rest of it out for you. Thank you so much, and may God continue to bless you and your family.
Bill, I want to thank you very, very much for a commencement address that will be remembered for all of the right reasons. Now it's my privilege to introduce the Westchester University Wind Ensemble, directed by Dr. Andrew Josiak. Thank you very much, Dr. Josiak, and members of the Wind Ensemble. Great job. Thank you. Now I'm pleased to introduce Ms. Veronica Boshin, graduating from the College of Arts and Sciences, who will present greetings on behalf of the class of 2013.
Fellow graduates and administration, families and friends, it is with great honor and the utmost pride that I stand before you today in a position to inspire. In my time here at Westchester University, I have been inspired time and time again. Inspired by traditional lectures and the rare yet never forgotten life story a professor sneaks in on the final day of class. Inspired by the motivation I feel walking through the sea of lunch trucks when that first feeling of fall wraps itself around me in the wind. The many all-nighters spent with Francis Harvey Green, and even the consistently wraparound line you can always be sure to find at Starbucks. inspired by the camaraderie a small class of 25 is magically able to form by that halfway point in a semester, the determination of our student athletes, and the sense of pride that we all know comes along with being a Ram. But most importantly, inspired by the sometimes stormy, yet always enduring lessons we have been taught to overcome throughout our time these past 4 years of college. So you see, to have the opportunity to give that inspiration back to this place we've come to call home is by far the greatest privilege that I have ever known. I didn't exactly start my college career on the right foot, and it took me a couple of tries until I finally figured out how to navigate through these scholarly halls. But I believe we all end up exactly where we're supposed to be. I'm sure most of you sitting in front of me today can attest to the idea that college isn't exactly as effortless as they make it out to be in the movies. We have been tested both in the classroom and in life itself. We've failed more times than not and succeeded even when success seemed far away. Although I would never diminish the amount of achievement we have all accomplished in leading up to this day, no piece of paper could ever truly define the personal growth and resiliency that you and I as individuals have gained throughout these past 4 years. I've had quite a few freelance jobs during my career as a full-time student. From refilling the coffee cups of millionaires to taking care of infants, I've definitely explored the category of weird part-time jobs that only college students can justify having. But one form of employment that I was never quite able to escape was babysitting. I've gotten to know what feels like 100 families on my Friday nights as a student, but it always felt like more to me than just looking after kids for some extra cash. See, with each family came a new dream. I learned that the walls of a home can say a lot about what we stand for as people, who we've become. This past October, I spent a Saturday night babysitting in an already familiar home to me when I got to thinking about what my house might look like one day, what my dream will say about me. I'm sure we can all agree that the past 4 years have been anything but simple. I've faced more heartache than I would have anticipated, and yet found love and support in the most unexpected of places. I have tried time and time again, but have found that answers never come when we look for them. Answers come with time, and so do dreams. College has taught me that. Westchester has taught me that. I'd like for you to take a moment and think about what you've done during your time as a Ram these past 4 years. Maybe you feel like you did it all, and maybe you feel like you should have done more, but you're here, and that's what matters. Your dream will come. All that you've learned, whatever it may be, has gotten you this far. Your walls will fill with pictures, and your shelves will overflow with books. The hallway to your bedroom will parade memories from all of the places that you've been, and maybe you'll even be one of the lucky ones who comes home to a person that they love. Your home will have character that even your babysitter can't ignore, and your lives will store worth that trace back to today. Your dream, whatever it may be, starts today. So graduates, start your dreams. Go fearlessly into the world and use what we've been given, what we've earned here at WCU to begin building your life. Hop on planes or stay exactly where you are. Just be certain to live a dream that you're proud of. Where you are today proves that you are more than capable, and I could not be more honored to be among you. Never forget the trials you have faced and the obstacles long since overcome, because they too will become a part of your dream. Congratulations, Westchester University, class of 2013.
Thank you, Veronica. That was very well done. Now I'm happy to announce that today's ceremony is being photographed by a professional photographer who will take pictures of the graduates as they come up onto the stage and as they receive their diploma covers. These photographs will be made available to graduates, families, and friends, so we ask that you refrain from taking personal pictures except from your seats. Now I call on Linda Lamwers, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, to present the degree candidates. Linda?
Will all baccalaureate candidates please rise? Dr. Weisenstein, I am pleased to certify that the members of the class of 2013 have fulfilled all of the requirements for the degrees which this university awards in their particular fields of study and are recommended to you by the faculty of Westchester University.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degrees to which you are entitled. Please be seated. I would like to call up to the stage Brahim Hartley and Paul Wysocki, who, in addition to graduating today, have completed the requirements for the Army Reserve Officer Training Corps. And these gentlemen will be commissioned as officers in the United States Army. They volunteered in the act of selfless service to assist our defense of our great nation. We will now publish the orders appointing them as officers. The President of the United States has reposed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, valor, fidelity, and abilities of Brahim Hartley and Paul Wysocki. They are therefore appointed to the grade of Second Lieutenant in the United States Army effective December 15th, 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for our new officers.
I now call on Dr. Timothy Blair, Dean of the College of Visual and Performing Arts, to present the candidates from the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
Dr. Weisenstein, I have the honor to present these recipients of the bachelor degrees in the College of Visual and Performing Arts. Marshals, please escort the candidates forward to receive the symbolic presentation of their degrees.
Matthew J. Morin, magna cum laude. Katrina M. Kleinman, summa cum laude. Neil D. Chabin, summa cum laude.
Alexandria L. Shermott, magna cum laude.
Nelson J. Berger, cum laude.
Brian D. Barlow.
Michael J. Hart, cum laude.
Khalil A. McMillan.
Stephanie Mongar, summa cum laude.
Marita M. Masukoi.
Timothy M. Eberhardt.
Christina E. Zampelli, summa cum laude. Georgia N. LaRue, magna cum laude.
Congratulations, graduates of the College of Visual and Performing Arts.
Thank you, Dr. Blair. I now call on Dr. Lori Vermeulen, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, to present the candidates from the College of Arts and Sciences.
Dr. Weisenstein, I have the honor to present these recipients of the bachelor degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Marshals, please escort the candidates forward to receive the symbolic presentation of their degrees.
Chelsea A. Brown. Carissa M. Hannum.
Jessica Lauren Cannon.
Kelly N. Dunlevy.
Taja D. Cooper.
Maria H. Douglas.
Corail M. Anderson.
Allison J. Leaf.
Jasmine O. Gilbert, cum laude.
Natisha N. Davis, magna cum laude.
Ashley S. Foster.
James C. Corky.
Noel B. Ducksworth.
Patrice C. Jones.
Tasia R. Harvey.
Salita E. Santiago.
Amanda J. Hallowell, magna cum laude.
Alexandria N. Davis.
Lindsay M. Giroux.
Lauren A. Simmons.
Veronica T. Boshin, magna cum laude.
Alexandra Y. Campbell.
Janice A. Gutierrez.
Tyrell S. Bethel.
Amy L. Blos, summa cum laude.
Sean M. Meyer.
Lauren R. Weber, cum laude.
Sove A. Hartley.
Aaron M. Tyndall, magna cum laude.
Teresa R. Cardone.
Courtney M. DeFrank.
Christopher J. Baca.
Kendall L. McPoyle.
Jeffrey T. Miller, magna cum laude.
Stacy C. Griffiths.
Laura R. Dodds.
Daniel D. Lang.
Lauren J. Lepo, magna cum laude.
Jeffrey M. Quinn.
Alexander J. Lopez.
Therese Olson.
Chloe M. Austin.
Hedda T. Revness.
Casson E. Martucci.
Madeline S. Laver, magna cum laude.
Lauren C. Geller.
Kimberly J. Kinden.
Anna P. Schenkel.
Kelly A. Carroll.
Gabrielle T. Daleja, cum laude.
Caleb M. Duffy.
Ariel M. Sufert, cum laude.
Victoria P. Fine, magna cum laude.
Kalani E. Lionel, magna cum laude.
Clara M. Kelly.
Amy E. Cedar, magna cum laude.
Charita A. Jones.
Teresa A. Cox, magna cum laude.
Tynika A. Hall.
Megan J. Nicholas, magna cum laude.
Brittany A. Shaw, summa cum laude.
Jenna M. Davis, cum laude.
Chenoa L. Walters.
Christopher Oluwole.
Ashley A. Mango.
Jared A. Hill.
Jillian W. Halsey.
Kenneth C. Blythe, summa cum laude.
Joy T. Wilson.
Eric D. Palm, cum laude.
Jessica Noon.
Evan M. Hodge, summa cum laude.
Austin M. Rosen.
Katie J. Ireland.
Ashley C. Yeager, magna cum laude.
Alexis G. Johnson.
Taylor N. Sita.
Dakin E. Hewlett.
Rachel E. Ling.
Danielle M. Lockhart, cum laude.
Paige M. Benedict.
Melissa D. Turner.
Aaron N. Euler, summa cum laude.
Nadine J. Brumall.
Kyle S. Kenworthy.
Tia K. Singleton, cum laude.
Kevin M. Warwick, magna cum laude.
Robin E. Lomenzo.
Chike D. Azifi.
Krista K. Curran.
Jonathan J. Hinkle, magna cum laude.
Amelia B. Washington.
Samantha E. Quadra, magna cum laude.
Esther Wang.
Phoebe T. Baum, summa cum laude.
Carmen J. Cortez.
Brianna L. McCarney.
Blair T. Brown.
Amanda N. Gahn.
Bianca M. Velasquez.
Bridget A. Carey, cum laude.
Kevin Prosser Jr.
Joshua M. Liberio.
Ashlyn L. Zaritsky.
Trevor J. Jacobs.
Anthony M. Peterson.
Cassandra V. Van Ryn.
Tom A. DeLetta.
Teresa M. Junta, magna cum laude.
Chloe R. McCullum.
Rachel R. Miller.
Laura Burke, magna cum laude.
Daniel Dobbins.
Caitlin E. Cahill.
Catherine P. Rowater.
Alex Travaglini.
Julie A. Oken, magna cum laude.
Stephen Mannion, magna cum laude.
Amanda M. Hamby, cum laude.
Brittany J. McKay.
Jessica G. Benanati.
Ashley P. Marino, summa cum laude.
Matthew J. Rodenberger.
Elena C. Abels.
Katie A. Asher, magna cum laude.
Brian M. Apt.
Kirsten T. Sorelli.
Adriana R. Giossi.
Steve J. McKay, magna cum laude.
Wanye B. Bradley.
Sean P. McDowell, magna cum laude.
Tyrone K. Brown.
Nia M. Cobb, magna cum laude.
Stephen E. Trimble.
Eileen M. Rewald, summa cum laude.
Michael D. Ostrander.
Catherine A. Skanes, magna cum laude.
Katrina P. Zilak.
Sarah F. Akeland.
Alexandria M. Wendt, cum laude.
Samantha B. Klinkle.
Natalie J. Young, summa cum laude.
Nicholas J. Abrams, cum laude.
Amanda R. Brady, summa cum laude.
Wanzel S. Fleming.
Gabriela N. Busillo.
Samuel G. Cairo.
Cody M. McCarran.
Megan H. Smith.
Ronald P. Alf III.
Ryan M. Colstock.
Eric T. Preston, magna cum laude.
Joseph M. Kane.
David R. Coker Jr.
Paige E. Smith.
Kirsten O. Moore, cum laude.
Philip W. Maniscalco.
Molly Diggory, summa cum laude.
Aaron E. Pry.
Cody J. Dunning, cum laude.
Caitlin R. Collins.
Robert C. Luthi.
Jessica M. Cavalier.
Stephanie T. Vietz.
Brooke J. Samuelian.
William A. Harrison, magna cum laude.
Devin L. Brown.
Jana R. Green.
Emily A. Crocker.
Jillian M. Barbero, cum laude.
Carol A. Livingston, magna cum laude.
Joanna E. Shane, magna cum laude.
Nicole B. Laster, cum laude.
Jessica K. Conklin.
Nicole M. Ludi.
Kyle S. McMaster.
Colin J. Burke.
Jonathan M. Eber.
Justin T. Davy, magna cum laude.
Henry R. Carlson.
Gabrielle A. Panashevitz, magna cum laude.
David C. Ivy.
Rachel E. Wynn, cum laude.
Oscar DePaz.
Daniel W. Center.
Leah Monique J. Harris.
Gregory W. Tosto, cum laude.
Matt C. Foraker.
Jackie N. Markowitz, magna cum laude.
Jeffrey Wiggins Long.
Kelly T. Brennan, magna cum laude.
Joshua D. Strickoff.
Jessica N. Murdoch.
Carly L. Roast, cum laude.
Matthew P. Daig.
Alyssa M. Gruler.
Matthew B. Ekman.
Brittany M. Onette.
Michael H. Cox, cum laude.
Catherine J. Spofford.
Christina J. Kincaid, cum laude.
Tiffany E. Vella.
Jacqueline M. Kersey.
Aaron F. Knight, magna cum laude.
Emily J. Hughes, magna cum laude.
Catherine E. Groff, magna cum laude.
Shauna K. Burns, cum laude.
Cheryl L. Rogers, cum laude.
Stephen R. White.
Nicole E. Di Bonaventura.
Andrew P. Malcation, magna cum laude.
Angela J. Carbonera.
Alan C. Roach, cum laude.
Amanda M. Gordon, cum laude.
David J. D'Angeli.
Claire M. Binkley.
Daniel L. Bashi.
David F. Fisher.
Stacy M. Soto.
Bernard S. Beagle.
Kathleen N. Cosgrove.
Adam R. Carroll, cum laude.
Jesse J. Fernandez.
Christopher S. Blake.
Aaron E. Say.
John J. Pierce III, magna cum laude.
Julianne N. Hedgepeth.
Megan C. Phillips.
Jessica M. Falco, cum laude.
Nicholas R. Gall.
Shannon R. Anastas, summa cum laude.
Lauren E. Hoyer, cum laude.
Christy E. Zanetti.
Maria N. Schratz.
Devin Lee Fega.
John H. Barr.
Christiana H. French Franco.
Sarah E. Wright, magna cum laude.
Kristen A. Consolo.
Lissa M. White, magna cum laude.
Megan A. Reynolds.
Brendan T. Bolger.
Shira J. Graybill.
Catherine R. Armstrong, summa cum laude.
Chelsea R. Trabert, magna cum laude.
Christina E. Hungridge, cum laude.
Megan E. Adali.
Victoria L. Viscuso.
Brittany L. Miller, cum laude.
Amanda R. Adamants.
Brenna I. Kircher, magna cum laude.
Christelle R. Wernz, cum laude.
Molly R. McLaughlin, cum laude.
Anna L. Petrucci, magna cum laude.
Miranda L. Greer, magna cum laude.
Rachel A. Kimball.
Veronica C. Johnson.
Marcy L. Irwin, cum laude.
Katie E. Jameson.
Nicole E. Grotta.
Leah R. Rothstein.
Athena S. DiCarlo, cum laude.
Michael P. Chiacherry.
Hannah L. Wachowski.
Brandon Michael Foley.
Jenna M. Compton.
Elizabeth F. Semiolo, magna cum laude.
Jessa Lynn Kastner.
William C. McGeehan Jr.
Amanda L. Klein.
Thomas C. Schrader.
Eileen N. Davy.
Ryan E. Seaver.
Brittany A. Hirsch, summa cum laude.
Corey L. Graham.
Jessica G. Kim, cum laude.
Richard J. McGee, summa cum laude.
Joshua J. Davis.
Kevin P. Jones.
Jamiel J. Sims.
Daniel C. Brown, summa cum laude.
Jack B. Baker. Adam J. Kuhn.
Congratulations, graduates of the College of Arts and Sciences.
Thank you, Dr. Vermeulen. I now introduce to you Teresa Parantozzi, President of Westchester University Student Government Association.
Baccalaureate degree recipients, please stand. In symbolic recognition of the receipt of your academic degree, I ask you now to transfer the tassel from the right to the left side. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Very well done, Teresa. Now it's my pleasure to introduce the President of the Alumni Association, Mr. Jeff Stein, graduate of the class of 1991, who will present greetings from our Alumni Association. Jeff?
I'm honored to stand before you as the president of the Westchester University Alumni Association. Although I'm tired and losing my voice because I only arrived back to Pennsylvania a few hours ago from North Carolina, where I watched our Rams play their hearts out. For the football players, I'm extremely proud of you. You guys had a great season and did a great job. And that goes for all of our great sports teams that we've produced over the last 4 years. Graduates, remember this moment. Look at your classmates, your teachers, and the university, because from now on, life will scatter you around the world. And many of you will only meet again at alumni events and the next season's football games where we make it to the championship, right? Take this time, cherish the moments that WCU has offered to you. I graduated in 1991 and enjoyed the time spent with friends, roommates, Greek life, my education, and experiences. The education and friendships I made back then are still with me today. As Gandhi once said, you may never know what results come from your actions, but if you do nothing, there will be no results. I suggest that you use the Alumni Association as the portal through which you stay connected to your WCU roots. Your membership in the Alumni Association is our gift to each of you. I also want to give a special shout out to all of our veterans, and I'm sure that there are many deserving special recognition for the services that they have provided for our country. I salute all of you. A good friend of mine's daughter graduated today, so congratulations to the Cardone family. With that said, on behalf of the Alumni Association, congratulations to each of you on this special day. Look forward to seeing you at future alumni events, and have a great year.
Thank you, Jeff. Thus ends our winter commencement. As president of Westchester University of Pennsylvania, I wish to extend to all of the graduates and their families heartiest congratulations. Well done. Please rise and join in singing the first verse of our alma mater. The words are found on page 2 of your program. Ms. Christina Zampelli, class of 2013, will lead us. At the conclusion of the alma mater, please remain standing for the recessional procession.